The hottest show on air.
So hot.
The Heat 76.1 FM Koza.
Gotta say it. She can get a taste.
Okinawa's sex, love, and relationship show with King Takashi, the webmaster. Queen J, DJ M, Habituella, Losa, Will Make It, and A Millie.
This week's sponsor is brought to you by Wing King, an Okinawan favorite for years. Offers American-style cuisine for locals and foreigners alike. The family-style seating is the perfect atmosphere for individual, family, or group dining. They have bilingual staff who speak both English and Japanese. They offer over 10 different sauces that is sure to satisfy almost any taste bud. Their delicious sandwiches offer an assortment of toppings, making it easily customizable to fit your palate. Looking for quick takeout, hosting a party, and need catering? Calling your order at 098-936-8986. Again, I say 098-936-8986. They now offer online ordering and delivery at kukats.jp, or you can call 098-943-1605 after 5 p.m. They do not take card, however, they do accept both yen and US dollars only. They hope to see you soon. Peace.
Hey, what's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Queen J, alongside Will Make It, DJ M, King Takashi, Losa, and Habituella. And you're rocking with the Heat.
Beautiful people.
Oh, now we're live on the radio.
Now we're live.
It's King Takashi, the webmaster.
Hey, it's your boy TJ, a.k.a. Sly.
Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday Rider.
Yo, everybody, it's Reef, a.k.a. your wife's favorite DJ, KR1.
Hey,
Hey, you know,
like
it's
that.
in the hood, always here, always on deck.
Hey, so before we get it started, I am going to put some people on blast right this minute. You about to get it. Habituella, I heard through a little birdie that you had prior plans and you are not with us tonight, and we are upset. In particular, Miss Wednesday Rider over here is very upset. You got her doing the woman part all by herself. Not cool.
5-1, Habituella, not fair.
Castle, we know you late, man.
Yeah, you late.
You late.
But you wasn't planning to come. That's fucked up.
That's all right. It's all right. It's okay. We're going to get you. We're going to get you back.
Oh, yeah, we're getting everybody today, though, huh?
Seriously.
Turn this thing on. Shout out to L for cutting my hair, though.
Your boy is down to the short, sharp look.
Yeah, you see that?
He still got that color and looking like Cisco.
Yeah, we still gonna get it blonde, though. We're still going all the way blonde. Next week we'll be all the way blonde, though, like that.
I got my own mic.
Hey, shout out to you, Elizabeth Rivera. Everyone here saying hi. If you got everybody watching us, let us know. Shout out to Get 'em Kicks if y'all are watching. You know, Ashay, everybody doing their thing tonight. Come check us out at Sky. We're gonna be doing our thing. Yeah. DJ Rudy Rude doing his thing on the rewind.
That throwback.
Check me out at the bar. I'll be your one and only. Yep. Hey, so let's get right into it.
Get into it, y'all.
Our first subject. You know what? I'm gonna go to this one instead. I want to really get into this one. Sharing relationship intimacies with friends.
Oh shit.
Oh
yes.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
don't do that.
That's a no-no.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey, all right. So a little backstory, like, so for this question is basically like, so you're in a relationship and you're having problems, no matter what it is, whether it's like relationship problems, financial problems, but you take those problems and you pass it around to your friends, whether it's being social media or just basically comes
girl talk.
Yeah, girl talk.
Mm-hmm. Girl talk. Who are we sharing with though?
It doesn't anybody outside the relationship.
My best friend?
It's anybody outside the relationship.
That's not gonna work. Ladies need to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's one of the problems.
I understand that concept that you need to talk, and sometimes you can't talk directly to the person that you're in a relationship with. But I think there should be a definitive line of
what can
how far are you talking, what can and can't be said, and at the same time, like, it needs to be addressed that, hey, look, you know, we're just talking. I'm not looking for you to try it, especially when
don't try to comfort
here's one of the things I hate when women are in a relationship and you talk to your girls, but your girls are not in a relationship.
So
why are you consulting with them?
No.
All right, you going? Yeah,
what is going on
calm
here?
that down. Like I ain't saying all that.
He's pointing fingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's him attempting to put words in my mouth. Don't worry. No, not working. I'm not saying that.
Yo, shout out to Kush Poppy. He said some crazy shit on that.
Oh, what he said?
What he got?
Hey, because your girl be hollering too, though. I'm saying, like, you tell good information, she come and holler later.
Like I can understand if.
Who is the girl talking to? Just a group of friends or like the best friend?
Anybody else out there?
Here's the thing, though.
Like
your best friend could still be single. I still don't want them trying to give you solutions to your relationship
advice.
problem. The relationship problem should be within the relationship, and that's what boggles me. And it's not just women, because dudes do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're notorious for it as well. If not, we may gossip even more. But nonetheless,
guys talk more.
Nonetheless, like if I'm talking to Kid in the Hood, about anything that pertains to my wife, it's usually like, hey, wifey's not feeling good or whatever, or she's going through it. Like, it's not going to be so in depth to where like, oh, well, we're having this problem. What you think? This nigga not married? I'm looking at him for no. That's when that communication starts to falter between you and your significant other, is when you're not bridging that gap as far as, okay, what's the solution that we need to figure out before we put a third party into it. The only third person it needs to be is God, to be honest. Like,
so let me just understand this right. You're saying that if your spouse speaks to a best friend about your issues, the issues in the marriage, that whatever counsel they get could ruin the marriage further? Did I understand?
Possibly. If it's anything negative, like, I mean, let's bring the ultimate one in there. Like, say your spouse has cheated on you, right? And without really discussing what's going to happen next, you go and talk to your best friend since third grade. I don't care, whatever. And they're telling you, just end it. Done. Don't deal with it. Just fuck him. It's his first fuck up. He cheated once. First time ever. He's done everything right. You're gonna take that advice and not work on your marriage?
Like, so whose responsibility is that? Because I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I feel like you're placing that level of responsibility on the friend's advice and not on your partner.
Well, it depends. Like, there's some people that will go talk to their friends and just looking for their advice. Like, if you just going,
what she's saying is, she's actually acting on that advice.
Yeah.
So
if she's acting on that advice, there's something going on with the relation. Thank you, King. Yes.
That's what she's saying.
And here's
I was explaining.
Here's one of the things that could be here's one of the things that could be the issue though is here's one of the things that could be the issue is that what if she's taking that advice because she's always taking that advice from her friend.
But do you think that's her issue or her friend's issue?
Here's the thing. Should she be telling her friend in the first place about that issue?
I mean, she can.
She should be trying to work it out with her husband.
So there's a lot.
Go ahead. You got to, how do you say, get different points of views. So that's how I look at it. So that's why if somebody's going to go ahead and talk to somebody and they trust that person, I appreciate what they're, how do you say, we appreciate if I'm cheating, right? And I'm with my homie right here. And that's my homie. I trust him. I'm going to tell him what's going on so I can get his feedback because I want to know if I'm doing the right thing. I want to know if I can do something better. They want to know if the right information is correct, if they're going to make the right decisions on whatever decision they're going to make.
And I'm good with that. I understand feedback. Oh, I see you, Castle.
Hey, this man's gonna break pizza.
Get in here. Share all of that pizza. But no.
Feedback is
I understand feedback, but my thing is, as long as you're still consulting with your spouse or your significant other about whatever the issue is, like my thing is, if you're completely keeping your significant other out of the conversation and you're just banking on the conversation that you're having or the feedback that you're receiving from your friend or your beau or your boo, whoever, if that's all you're doing, the person that's doing that is in the wrong. I'm not saying the friend is wrong. I'm not saying the friend is wrong. I'm saying the person that's doing that is not still consulting with your spouse or your significant other, that person is wrong.
Then there's an issue in the relationship, because then there's a lack of trust, a lack of communication in the relationship, and what is this person, the partner, looking for? Some type of validation, looking for a solution. Like it's more than just me going to my best friend and saying, hey, I just found out such and such is cheating on me. I don't know how to handle it. What should I do? What am I, all the things that we girls talk about. But to say that, you being the partner, to say that if I come back to you and say, you know what, I'm done with this. I just had a really good heart-to-heart, and I'm done. This is not how I want to be treated. And then to say, oh, because the best friend gave me that advice. No, that's not. It's.
But are you giving the significant other a chance, or are you giving that man a chance or woman a chance? That, like, if you're just coming up to him and be like, you know what, I had a heart-to-heart with whoever, or you're just saying you had a heart-to-heart and you didn't bring it up to them and at least talk it out and be like, hey, look, like, let's attempt to see if we can fix it. Like, let's see if it's worth fixing. If that opportunity hasn't been presented, that's fucked up.
Yeah, and if you present that opportunity and she still comes around and says, no, this is not going to work.
But as long as the opportunity has been presented, that's my thing.
Right, and then that goes, again, back to the foundation of the relationship, right? Is there a foundation of communication, of that type of vulnerability in a relationship, to be able to say, hey, I know you're fucking up on me. I know you're cheating on me, and I don't want that, and I don't, that's not going to be a part of my relationship, and this is done. Or, hey, can we figure this out? But just because I go and I talk to my best friend and she could give me the worst advice ever, and it's still my choice on how I decide to
and that's understandable. I'm just saying, as long as the opportunity has been presented, like, again, it's a lot going back to, like, if my wife cheats on me, I'm not looking to go to my best friend that's single and look for their feedback or look for their advice. They're not in my shoes. Now, I can understand if they're single, previously married type deal. I take their advice then, or at least listen to what feedback they have to give. But if it, again, kind of
I don't think it has anything to do with you being married or not, because I was
if I'm gonna get feedback, I'm gonna want it to hear. I'm gonna want to hear it from someone who's 9 times out of 10 been in my shoes or something like that. I
think it has a lot to do with level of maturity and understanding, because I was the last one to get married of my really tight-knit girlfriends. And for a really long time, like, I was the single one in the group. Ironically enough, I am again. But they would come to me, and we would talk all the time about their relationships. I mean, they've been, my best friend has been married now 26 years, I think. She got married real young. But, they grew up together. But we would talk about relationship stuff all the time. And I did not have children. I was not married, had not been married. And still, she sought out. And I think it had to do more with, one, that I was mature and I could have those conversations. And two, that I never went to, leave his ass. Like, no, it was never about that. It was always about, how can we...
see, 9 times out of 10, the stereotype is that person that's single is going to give you that worst advice. Not saying that worst advice, but the advice is not necessarily so helpful. Where your pizza at, man?
Outside?
God, everybody's bringing food today. Well,
you got to pay a tax, man.
On that same subject, do you guys talk about intimacies about your partner with your guy friends?
I used to.
With my guy friends, yes, to a degree.
Don't look at me.
Yes, to a degree. Yes, to a degree.
He ain't tell me.
Yes, to a degree. Not the nitty and the gritty, like, not all of that, but to a point, yes. Certain intimacies.
Like your guy stuff, or...
What you mean by guy stuff?
What you mean guy stuff? See, look, you're surrounded by all of us, so...
Oh my God.
What you mean guy
stuff?
stuff?
This room, it's really bad tonight.
The testosterone is real.
Look at
I used to, you know what I mean? I don't do it no more.
I'm Trailer, you fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
you fucked up.
This is not good. I just pulled the cord.
Shout out to Raina. Miss you, love. Hope to see you.
Yeah, I don't do it no more, you know what I mean?
I'm talking about, like let's say you guys have, like, your first experience with, you're trying to be intimate with your partner and nothing's happening. Like, would you guys share that with your best
What do you
friend?
mean?
Really?
Trying
I
to
gotta
be
describe
Yeah.
You really don't know what you're talking about.
We are not complex. We are simple. So you got to simplify it and break it down for us.
Keep
Like,
it simple.
So you're trying to be intimate with your wife, your long-term
Significant other.
girlfriend, significant other, and suddenly you can't perform.
You can't because it's
You,
your
the
issue.
guy, yeah, the guy can't.
like, do
perform.
guys talk about that with each
Like,
other?
Do you guys talk about
Yeah.
that with each other?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh God, all the eyes.
It's time to find another one.
Okay,
That's
so
a question.
Hold on. You said you can't perform like
No, the
us
guy.
as a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like
What do you
let's
mean
say
by that,
let's
though?
say that you're
Like you can't get it up,
Yeah, you
man.
can't get
Like, we can't get it up?
Yeah, like you.
I don't think I ever
To the next
told.
one. If you can't get it up,
Like right, like
I
you
mean,
get around.
here's
or whatever. There's
here's a
lot of
fucked up
reasons
thing
for
about
that.
us. We probably do share that, and then we probably pass a pill. Like, hey man, just fucking try it.
Yo,
Let me know how it goes.
So it's not
And
like
then it turns out to be
anymore?
like a episode sitcom comedy type deal where we gotta go to the hospital and type shit. Like that's what it sounds like. Stuff like that happens.
Hey,
like if we.
So you guys really
When you
do
in your
talk
seventh
about- 'cause
round?
Women talk. We women at least.
Oh yeah, we know.
Oh, yeah.
Nail salon, hair salon.
Anytime.
No, never
What-
that
if
far
it's a
out of
salon in
public,
it,
like,
you're probably
at
there.
home, some wine.
Yeah,
and-
some
and
wine.
some
Book
girls
club.
getting together
Book club.
And getting our nails done at home or whatever, just relaxing, chilling at home, and conversations come up, or
With
like,
that red wine.
I heard this conversation at a hair salon place. Same
Yeah,
conversation.
but at the hair salon, it's like generalized
No,
stuff.
it's
Nah.
not. No, it's not.
Wow, what kind of hair salon do y'all go to?
I've been to one.
It's about.
I've been to one.
That's true. That's true.
They talk about
Hey.
That's true.
They talk
everything
about
under the
everything.
sun.
Dominican hair salons, they have the best
I was in there
hairstylists and the
Like-
best. Yeah.
I'm like 16 and clean.
You trying to make it $2?
Look, I'm in there brushing up the hair, hear them talking about my next door neighbor. I'm like, dang.
What?
Yeah, but it's
Girl, did you hear how Waquita? Girl,
And you walk down the hallway.
Girl, you heard what Waquita did with her
That's
husband?
where I learned stuff about females. In the
at the
hair
hair
salon.
salon.
Yes,
Seriously.
yes.
Yes.
So you
Seriously.
guys know we do talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's detailed.
I remember one time my mom was like, "Close your ears, son."
Look, you sitting there magically like.
I heard some stuff. I'm like, oh, I better not be in this position.
Those.
my earmuffs on. So
Now how about this though? When it comes to sharing intimacies with friends, what about when you're sharing intimacies, whatever it is, whatever those intimacies are, is with your friend or they're of the opposite sex, and that person has a hidden agenda?
Oh, so like.
Oh yeah, I had this happen to me
So,
before.
so one of my best.
Because like
friends is
I've
male.
been in that situation
BC
where no like wow wow no, but I've been in that situation. Disclaimer: before I was married, I had to put it up
All
there.
the disclaimers.
Always before I was married.
Always disclaimer.
Y'all saw it before I was married, okay? But it was one of those, like, I was comfortable being in that friend zone, and she was comfortable enough talking to me, but at the same time, like she had a hidden agenda. Like, it was more like she was telling me everything, and then like almost kind of like, hey, I want you to say this type deal because I'm through with them. And they weren't married; they were just in a relationship. They were boyfriend girlfriend.
They want to hear everything.
They wanted me to pretty much say like, tell me to leave him so I can have you, type deal. I'm like,
They wanted you to tell them.
Yeah. So they don't feel guilty.
Yeah, they already know the answer they want. They just want to hear it from somebody
Some
else, so they're
manipulation?
not guilty.
Yeah. Like
in a sense, like they got a hidden agenda, literally. Like,
So, like,
I don't
you
want to
go
be
to
with
the
this
guy-
person anymore, so I'm going to talk to you about everything and wait for you to tell me,
How
like,
do you know that
you
that's
want
the
me.
agenda?
you can see it.
Oh,
Yes.
It's a
Y'all
wishing.
can give off
Girls
certain
take them-
vibes.
What?
Y'all can give off certain vibes.
Like
I catch on real
Like,
quick.
here,
Oh,
I mean,
you what?
let's be real. Let's be real. If you're a female and you're telling your best male friend about the sexual intimacies with your with your or lack
yeah,
thereof
More than
with
likely,
with your
retaliate.
significant other.
Uh-huh.
Wow, not platonic.
Not
right?
platonic. Not
Hey,
platonic.
we're dropping
So-
all them words.
So when
promise you.
that happens, I mean that's kind of a forefront to know, like, yeah, you got a hidden agenda. You want some other
Is
D.
it because she's matching that with trying to hit on you at the same time?
I think it's past.
She's trying,
Yeah,
to,
like,
she's trying to experience
like,
what's going on.
Trying to
though.
experience like
Man, that's a a lot of work.
She's trying to see what Oscar can really do.
That's a lot.
Let me switch that up though. What if you are fucking with her and you tell her like, bro, just
lies. Lies.
Nah, what if you fucking with her and then you tell her like not what she wants to hear? Like, nah, you stay with him. Stay with him. Stay with him.
But she keeps persisting, right?
Yeah.
But
you fucking.
Yeah.
And you be like, at the end of the day, it's like, you want to give that opportunity to be like, yeah, I can say like, yo, come with me. But
that's not what you want.
Like,
because you didn't get into that
because
to get into a relationship
it's more of
with her.
a thrill.
You went into that just because you wanted to.
For the thrill.
Thank you, ma'am. Kind of. Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's
No?
just a comforter. You know what I mean?
The comforter.
You got comfort
the
on
down
top.
comfort?
Yeah.
you gotta make it like, you gotta give her options sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the comfort.
Sometimes you gotta give her that option. Sometimes you gotta be like, you gotta be. At the end of the day, you gotta.
Confused. Are you the lover or the partner?
No, he's outside.
I'm outside.
He's the comforter. He's the comforter.
No. Say I'm a lover, right? And say I'm dating you, or me and you are doing whatever, right?
He's just the doctor.
Yeah. And you are with somebody else, right? You got a man or whatever.
Okay.
And
So you're my sidekick.
Yeah.
Side nigga of the year.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
I like that one.
Sidekick. I like that one.
I like that one.
Go ahead.
I'm the phone in the back pocket.
So I am single.
She got two phones.
But so you pick your phone up to use me, right?
Okay. That sounds so bad. You pick it up and use me.
But you know what I'm saying? You talking to me, right? And you want me to like, what should I do? What should I do? And I'm like, hey, like you can do whatever you want to do. Sometimes if you have a hidden agenda, you want me to tell you what
I get it.
I want you to.
Now I'm tracking.
You know what I'm saying?
But
what you want to know.
That's because then the focus changes, right? Is it because I'm seeking something with you? But you know, that is epic failure. And I know that women do that. Mm-hmm. That is epic failure because we begin to romanticize the sidekick. And we begin to fantasize about the sidekick.
This is very true.
And so no matter what the husband or the long-term boyfriend does, that's great.
The good medicine.
No longer is good enough because my fantasy is that little bit of time that we spend together is so great that's what it's going to be like all the time.
Now here's a kick in the ass though.
It's like that's a crash.
Here's a kick in the ass though. Some people would sit and blame the sidekick. Why?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Blame what?
Because here's the thing, like
the problem.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about men. Men get smart in this area. If we're the sidekick,
right, we play our role.
We're not necessarily telling you exactly what you want. We're giving you the option of what you want to do.
But we're gonna hear whatever we want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you're saying like, what should I do? And I'm telling you, just like my man said, whatever you want, and you do whatever you want. It's not my fault. I didn't tell you to sleep with me.
Oh, you mean
I didn't
like
tell
if I go
you
ahead
to
and break it off and then you don't?
Yeah.
Don't,
I didn't. I said you're a grown ass woman. You can do what you want. I am supporting you for what you want to do.
Giving you some good
and
medicine.
And if you
at the
take
time.
that as well, I want pretty much my support right now to be, your phone in my pocket.
Front pocket.
The front pocket. That situation, identifying that boundary, like
yes,
I'm
you
just
do.
Gonna be the
you do. You have to.
You know, do you really, or
yes.
do you try to slide in and get into this like happy side of the girl and kind of enamor her, and then she starts to be
no. You got to tell her. You got to tell her what her role is.
You're like the only honest guy right
what?
now.
So there's a word for that. It's called manipulation, and yes, we do it.
Thank you.
Do what?
But see, here's
hey, look, I told you they on the starting five.
Some may call it manipulation. Some may call I don't care. Like if you're a guy and you really just don't care about the situation,
put
like
your hand down.
my boy got his hand raised. Wait, teacher, I got something to say.
I'm just saying.
So here's the thing, though. I'll entertain the thought that it can be manipulation, but at the same time, is it really that sidekick's fault that you're able to be manipulated like that? Like,
no,
you don't have the fortitude to be like, oh, he's manipulating me. Like,
I think everybody has
I would say that it's not just the sidekicks.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Shout out to the sidekicks.
But you gotta tell them
manipulate, but at the same time, it's not like,
You guys tell her what her role is.
And see, here's the thing. Some may honestly agree and be like, no, seriously, you a grown ass woman. You do what the fuck you want. Exactly. That's not me trying to manipulate you. That's me telling you like one thing. That's me telling you I care, but I'm not really caring too much because your problem is not my problem. Like that's your problem. I'm not here to help you figure it out.
To get that relationship with you or whatever with you,
then you guys set your boundaries.
So it's your problem then.
Right. So I think that everyone. Thank you.
Got you.
You gotta let her know her role at the beginning.
Side piece number 2. You know
what I'm saying?
1, 2.
You gotta tell her she's not the point guard.
She got 5 sidekicks in here tonight.
5
comforters.
I don't.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Right?
We all here Saturday. You know, Sunday is a rest day.
Sunday.
Oh, is that so? No.
Hey, Sunday not sleep on the couch.
I lost my train of thought. Damn it.
Hey, it wasn't manipulated.
Hey, can I put it in there?
Wait,
can I put it in there real quick? Yo, Kaz, that sweater, that's fire right there, bro.
Really?
Well, you.
Hey,
that was.
Anyways, why you have to
ding him for that?
I'm just saying.
Can't even.
I'm just saying.
You too lucky to get the bag.
Back to your original thought.
Thank you.
Back to your original thought.
So
yes,
she lost her train of thought.
You know, everybody is responsible for their own behavior, but we have to also account for manipulation during times of emotional vulnerability.
Sorry. Somebody just called me out. They called me a manipulator. That means somebody I know is listening to one of y'all's phones right now.
So
wow.
You know what about in those moments when how do I ask this? There's a woman clearly you're interested in, right? And you see that she's with someone.
Interested
right?
How though? Because interested in like.
What you mean interested how?
Listen. If you're not married, you could be taken. Easy.
Yes, that is true.
Even if you're married.
But guess what? Only if you want to be taken.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Only if you want to be taken.
No.
Only if you want to be taken. Because if you're in a relationship and the goal of that relationship is marriage,
I would definitely say if you're not married, you're available.
Yeah, you're available.
And I mean, if you're not married, you're available.
According to you or according to the person?
No, hey,
you are on the market. There is no ring on that finger. You are on the market.
That's a goalie don't mean to score.
Super confident.
No,
because
it's not about being confident.
When I'm in a relationship, I won't even notice you, and that God's honest truth. That's
good on you. That's good on you. That's good on you. That still don't mean that you're like. Here's the thing. That's like saying this. Like, I'm in a relationship and my eyes is just on this one person.
No, I didn't say that. I can admire, but what I'm saying is like I really am maybe naive or maybe not in tune with subtle messages or ulterior motives from the men around me. If I'm in a relationship, I don't think I give off that vibe. I don't know. And 2, I don't put myself in that position to invite.
Who's your favorite male artist?
Let's go with Idris.
Musician?
Let's go with Idris. No, let's
wait,
go with Idris now.
I like Idris.
No, yeah, see, look, got you. Let's go with Idris. Let's go with Idris.
No, if you and I are married or are in a relationship, we're planning a marriage.
Yeah, let's stay with relationship. Let's stay with relationship.
Right.
Let's just say boyfriend, girlfriend. We've been in this for about, let's say 9 months.
9 months.
9 months
With
relationship.
what intention in the relationship? Because if you and I are in a relationship for 9 months, I'm looking at long haul.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Honestly, if you make it past if you make it past the first 6 months, like we looking for some future. Yeah, we're looking for some future stuff. Now,
if Idris walks in, I'll be like,
no. I'm gonna add some heat to it. I'm gonna add some heat to it. I'm gonna add some heat to it. So me and you get into our second, third fight for the week, right? For the week, right?
Only 4 in 9 months. Damn.
Second, third fight for the week, right? Okay. And it was heated. It was heated.
Wait, what was the fight about?
No, it was no.
Because if you cheated, then it's over.
It don't matter.
That's too much.
Second, third for the week. That's enough right there.
All right.
And you go to the bar, right? You go to your favorite bartender. You know, Idris. Idris is behind. He's wiping his hand, and he got the roll sleeve. Hey, how you doing? You know, he's got the accent. He sees that you're discouraged for the night, and he know your favorite drink. Start getting you the drink. Y'all start talking.
Pay for it at all.
No,
exactly. He's got your tab for the night.
And he tastes your drink too.
Right?
And then
You're terrible. I like you.
Right?
He like
throws you the special cocktails for the night.
Right there.
Like,
Right there.
This one is I'm gonna name it after you. All types of shit like that.
Down.
No. He gives you a mandingo.
You're telling me you're not gonna just for 5 minutes.
You know what the mandingo
Not even
is?
5 minutes. You're not for a minute. You're not gonna pop up available.
That I won't entertain it. I think in my vulnerability, I would entertain the fantasy of it, but I wouldn't act on it.
And that's all it takes.
No.
Hold on.
Hold on, guys.
Hold on. Back to the.
I'm gonna give you insight to like me. I can't speak for every woman, right?
Rena said, "Geez, that's a lot of fighting."
So I think women, especially like when they're in a long-term relationship, or I should speak for myself, and we get and we are in that state of vulnerability, and we're questioning, like, wow, is this really going where our hearts want? And we get that kind of attention. That is where you guys can be like vultures, right? But if the foundation of the relationship, I always come back to that, guys. If
We don't prey on dead prey. That's messed up.
No,
Why we gotta be
because
vultures?
I'm not.
Why we gotta be vultures?
Yeah.
Okay, eagles.
Thank you.
Eagles.
Okay. Swim in the water. We'll get you out the water.
I don't take the bell.
What up?
So I think that is a stage of vulnerability for women, and I think that you guys really can smell that. But if the foundation of that relationship is solid, guys, I can't tell you enough. The foundation of relationship is it. Like, if you are with a woman and you know you want to be with her,
Well, hold on. Why that can be broken?
Wait, I'm about to get you.
But that
I'm about
takes
to
a
get you.
lot longer than for me just to turn that around and go and sleep.
So
with.
let's rewind. Hold
Let's
on.
go back to this Mandingo part. You say you don't know what Mandingo is?
Why are we bringing up?
Because that was a big.
Let's rewind.
Guys.
Let's rewind.
Right.
Let's rewind.
School me later.
Let's
Or
rewind.
school the
Let's
rest of the
say, because this happens a lot out here in Okinawa. This one happens out here a lot out in Okinawa. And I know all of y'all can vouch for this one. So say
What up?
we're 9 months, right? And this is your home. Okinawa is your home.
I need more than 9 months, but yeah.
No, Okinawa is your home.
Yeah, Okinawa
You know,
is my home.
we've been together 9 months, right? I got to take off for no.
6 months.
My time on island is up. I'm getting orders. I'm out of here. We're still together. We're going hard, but you're not going to see me again for another 3 years.
Oh, that's not happening. We're going to see each other. There's this thing called airplanes.
Yes.
And
But here's the
flights
thing:
and-
how often can you see a person enough to the point to where it's like?
So I'm going to tell you, my very, very good friend and I had this conversation last night because he was in a long-distance relationship with his husband, and they dated for a long time, and then they got married. And how they do it, I mean, it's really relationship goals for me because they see each other every 3 months. They alternate. So one goes, the first quarter, the other comes the second quarter, and they've been doing that for a while now. And it works in the relationship. And we were talking about this last night. And I was like, how did you make that work? And it's their foundation. They have an incredibly solid foundation. The communication is tight.
So when the funds are tight, because I'm just saying, like, that's perfect. That's perfect. Some people can rotate that often, but when the funds are tight,
and even before,
and here's the thing: both are human. We all have needs, especially sexual needs. So,
3 months is a long time.
Idris sitting behind that bar.
You know what I'm saying? When you know you're not seeing me until like another 10 months, you see Idris every Friday. He's at the bar.
But here's the thing,
paying your tab every Friday.
If you and I are talking every day, if I feel like I'm a part of your everyday life, even though I don't get to see you as much as I would want to, my feeling of loyalty to you would be so strong. So strong.
It's because you're Hispanic. That's not fair.
Yeah.
For real, like that's how it is for me. I have loyalty to you. I can't.
We give you kudos.
Could you
I'll
really
give you props.
Could you say?
Tell you right now
You
that
could say this now, but could you say this when you were 22? Ooh.
Wait. No, even at 22. I was engaged at 23.
Damn, we should have met.
I am loyal. Like, that's...
So she couldn't say this at 18.
I think that's almost a law. Because when I'm in a relationship with my partner and I have relationship intentions, my loyalty... all my energy goes into that relationship. If it's a relationship, right? If it's just something that we're kind of talking, we're kind of figuring things out, then I'm not gonna pass up this. I'm sorry.
Raina's like, just find a good hobby.
Thing is, you are like
right? Thank you, Raina.
You are rare.
Exactly. You are extreme.
I don't know that I'm so
because
rare.
No,
I promise you,
honey. Yes, you are. You are.
Like that anymore.
That's why I brought up. That's why I brought up
females and males. You got
look. Even Raina that's chiming in, like knowing her personally. Yeah, she's another rare one. Like the females that are out here now, 19, 20, 21, 22, they ain't about that. They ain't about that. No, she married, fool. No.
But you know what? I think a lot of guys.
Excuse the ignorant one over here.
What I'm seeing with a lot of guys now is, you know, they want the package, they want the long-term relationship, but who's your favorite?
Hey, I swear to God,
Selma Hayek.
If Rihanna comes in,
That's right. Selma Hayek walks in, and you're 23, 24, 25. You're still trying to scan the field of like, who's going to give me the best looking babies?
No, Selma Hayek walk in. No, we getting married.
Right, and so I think in those 20s, in the years when you're in your 20s, you still are trying to figure out what your long-term plan is. For a lot of women, we got it locked down at like 24, 25. We know what we want. You guys are not anywhere
your generation,
near
yes.
that.
Yeah, your
generation, yes.
So if you had
20, no.
And you know what they tell me?
And I see
they talk a good game. That's what they talk.
Me that you guys don't step up to the plate, so they
Whoa.
play the
Whoa. Okay.
Wait a minute.
This is what I'm told by my young friends.
Okay, you're talking about my age group, my millennials.
Eddie chimed
in. You know what? You know what it is? You know what it is? You know what it is? Guys step up to a plate. Guys will step up to a plate that is appetizing.
And then when you're full?
No.
When you've
I'll step up to
you can never get too full.
A lot of the women that said that we don't step up to the plate don't have nothing on their plate.
Castle is
No.
He said he goes straight to the butt.
I'll be real. No.
I go to the buffet for a reason.
I'll step up to a plate when it's actually food on the plate. Don't come up to me with some empty shit.
So you know
women come up, they have empty shit sometimes.
I think guys really turn on that switch of long-term relationship because I've seen it for so many years. When you guys hit 30, 32, 33, 34, that is when
Nigga, I've been married since I was 29, homie. Don't look at me like that.
When your mentality
you're the only one in that age group that I could look at.
Long-term relationship, you know, your brain is finally fully mature.
Yo, shout out to Eddie. Eddie said when you're full, you go to sleep. Facts. That's real.
You wake up hungry.
So expounding on since we started talking about distance, let's bring another variable into it. Okay?
What's that?
Yeah, we're going there. We're going there with it. We're going there with it.
Women out there, please.
Nah, so
where's Reina? I don't know
Reina?
who she is, but
I hope you still online, babe.
Hey, Reina.
We gonna slide up. Hold up.
Slide in the DM, yo.
No, stop. Her husband gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna let it happen.
You can come find me though.
I know I'm fucked.
I know.
Anyways.
So another variable, right? Let's bring this into it. Say again, going back to the foundation, it's a strong foundation. Let's say your hubby's got to go to prison.
Woo!
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
For how long?
Whoa, don't matter.
Nah.
He's your husband.
He's
doing a 20-year sentence.
Wait,
20-year sentence.
He doing it to Kashi sentence.
Yeah, you gotta see it.
Hey, she said conjugal visit.
That's only New York.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you gotta go to jail.
Let me put it on air now. Back to Webmaster over here. Raina's saying I am happily married.
That'll be done.
What? See what I mean?
Yo, You won't get this studio. Shut up. Stop it.
That's a culture right there.
Raina, don't worry. I will personally bring him to your husband so your husband can beat his ass. I will watch it happen and put it on live. I
promise you it won't be an even fight though.
If my husband was gonna do life, right?
Let's go with the extreme. Let's go with the extreme.
Right? Let's like life with no chance for parole.
New York, right?
Don't matter. We'll bring that up in a minute.
You know, after we get past the whole like, oh my God, the whole emotional piece. Like, let's just say, a year in or 2 years even. Let me
3
give
days.
him 3.
Yeah, 3 days.
No.
If you know he got life, 3 days.
No, listen, guys, we don't have like we're not like a cord where you can just unplug. We have emotional attachment, right?
Yeah.
But once that emotional attachment gets past, I would hope he's not selfish and says, you need to stay loyal to me for the rest of your life. Because that's some craziness.
That motherfucker gonna do some stuff in prison.
Somebody
gonna hold his pocket.
Shit, if it's me, I'm getting the way out.
Hey, if we're not doing conjugal visits,
I don't know. Especially if I meet somebody that
And it's just 90 days in New York, though.
I'm like,
I was just reading about it.
Stupid, but I'm out here and I'm lonely. Yeah. I'm lonely, or I want to, pursue another relationship. You did your crime. You paid for your time.
Shout out to Eddie.
Now here's.
What do you say?
He said if he has life, you getting fucked that day. That day.
Wait, the one in prison or the one out of prison?
Either way. Both getting fucked.
Hey, don't drop the soap, man. I'm just saying,
That shit crazy.
Hey, just prison. Shout out to Rello.
Hey, he in prison now.
Seriously. My man.
So Raina's saying life in prison wouldn't work. I'd be out, suffer the consequences of your actions on your own.
Thank you, Raina. Preach.
That's.
You about to do the same thing he did.
Hey, what's up, girl?
Hello. Ask him to slide in your DM.
Hey, I'm sliding DM.
What would you do?
If it was me, like me, I'm going to prison.
No, like I'm going to prison.
You're going to prison.
New York.
Like I'm cookie right
Do we have
now.
kids?
New York.
Do we have kids? How many?
3.
Damn, you committed.
You committed, yeah.
You committed.
To be honest, I don't. Me and my wife were talking about this when we were driving. To me, if we have kids at that point, especially 3 kids, that's assuming that we've established a lot. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be letting you go to get into another relationship, but at the same time, like I'm not hoping in aspirations of like, oh yeah, we're just gonna hold on to the like. That's just gonna be one of those. All right, now my focus. We can see your mother now my focus. Saturday. Yeah, my focus is my kids. My focus are my kids. Still gonna come and visit. Still, conjugal visits, all that stuff. But
only
at the
in
same
New
time,
York,
though. In my mind, I wouldn't be looking like, okay, well, let me go start another relationship because I know I'm not gonna have you back. Like that.
Well,
that wouldn't
exactly
be the thing.
what I said,
You can always
right?
support.
So let me ask. Oh, go ahead.
Listen. Yeah, let me chime in on this one. So say that you are single, right? Not single. You married. You married to me, right?
Not in New York.
Not in New York.
We all saw Empire, so.
and you get life in prison, right? And I'm sitting in that not jury, but I'm sitting in the back, right?
Yeah.
You
voted guilty, didn't you?
Send that bitch.
Toss the key away and everything.
So now I'm sitting where the family's sitting, right? We don't have no kids or nothing, but the judge says life.
No chance of probation.
I'm getting up. My ex.
Oh my God.
I'm like, yo.
That's a 20-year-old.
Yo.
No, that's a 40, 30, 40.
Eat blood for the rest of your life. Enjoy life.
Eat butt.
Really?
Damn.
That's it.
So would you expect? Like, I think if I were the one that was going to jail, I would tell my husband with children, I would say to you, obviously don't go and jump into any relationship, but I would want you to go into a relationship because
let her finish. Let her finish.
Go to jail.
Let her finish.
Wait, what? I would want you to pursue a relationship because if we have children, And if you're happy, and if you are happy in a partnership with a good woman, then our children will be raised by someone good.
You're gonna be making license plates.
That's Pennsylvania, right? Pretty sure it's Pennsylvania.
If I'm the one, I wouldn't want you as my husband to hold on to me. Like, I wouldn't want you to move on. If I know, I can't be that selfish, right? If I know that...
I think it depends on how old the kids are. If they're like in their...
Even if we had no kids.
Charmin, Jen.
I would not want you to
hold on to me if there were no kids, I'm like, yeah, look, you know...
What would be the point? Like,
I'll still come visit. I will still come visit.
I wouldn't want you to. That'd be torture for me.
Really?
Yeah. Why would I want to see you and I can't go home with you? Like... I'm in prison.
Next time I see you, you're
what's
gonna
the
have
show called?
cornrows in your head. Cornrows and a black eye.
Hey, man, what happened to you? Man, I didn't give it up.
See this bitch next to me? I swear, when I get back to the cell, she getting it. I'm like, damn, bitch.
Missing a tooth.
Yeah. Oh, hell.
Bitch tried to shank me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I had to whoop her ass.
I'd be sitting on the other side of the glass like, you're scaring me. I'm gone.
We only had two sheets. We only had 2 sheets of toilet paper. We had to fight over that shit.
Honestly, I think certain things like that would kind of like be like, you know what? Yeah, this is probably the last visit. Like, if I come to you on the 5th visit, and you know I see one girl passing by calling you by a nickname I don't know, like what the fuck she calling you?
Hey, how'd you get that name?
God, not right now. My husband. Like, so your name LaQuisha now? Okay, I bet.
So you got a girlfriend? I can't use
Samantha. I was in high school, I think it was, or middle school. I don't know. I grew up in Jersey, and they took us to Scared Straight. Did you do it?
Yes, I did in 5th grade.
I did, and they took us also to Clinton, right, the women's prison, and we got a chance to sit in a room with 2 of the women, and they locked us
was
in
it like the show Boondocks? And they
they lock you in the cell.
Scared me on straight.
Yeah,
you gonna be my bitch. You gonna eat my ass for the next 3 years.
No, they talked to us about that, which I was really shocked that they did. But they talked about how you can go in there straight, but the need for intimacy and the need for touch is so great that for the women, right? We didn't ask the guys, but for the women, they talked about how they shared intimately, not because they walked in feeling like they were lesbians or anything. Like, they didn't even classify themselves that way, but because it was prison.
You just had a manly dude talk to them.
And these were, these were...
My name is Butch.
No.
What?
Oh, my Lord. I can't.
Butch, you got titties.
Scary, though. Like,
yeah.
So,
seriously.
So let's switch it up one more time. When it comes to... That's talking about, like, when we're already in a relationship. Let's say at the start of a relationship. And, we're getting to know each other, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. What kind of criminal history is like just absolutely like, you know what, I'm sorry, I gotta leave the dinner table.
No-go criteria.
I told you mine already.
What is it? You gotta tell the people.
People. Anything with pedophilia.
Facts. You gotta shoot them niggas.
Yeah. I was
about to say, I don't think I would really walk away from the dinner table. I'd be like, let me call my cousin Ray.
I couldn't.
I need you to get down here.
Yeah,
bring
like,
poke straps.
That would be. Just don't even look at me.
Why can't you the person?
And I know that's really judgmental, and I know that.
No, I don't think that's just. To be honest,
the rest of the world.
That's one in my eye. The other one would honestly be rape, depending upon like, the evidence and everything provided. Like if. I mean, damn, like even as a future. Even as a
Zozo, come on.
I don't even know that. Like, what kind of you said it was criminal, but
criminal history.
But what kind of criminal history, right? Because I mean, criminal history could be because they were selling drugs when they were in their 19 and 20 years old.
Listen, if
they got out, they just like you met them. They got out about 5 years ago for killing their ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, no, why? No,
listen,
I'm sorry,
if
no.
A female,
but here's the thing though, you don't know.
I don't care.
You don't know the background history. You don't know the background history to that. Like,
sorry.
I mean, I understand because there was that whole.
What was
that? What was the one woman we were talking about last time? Exonia.
Yeah, right. No.
Exonia, that's a crazy bitch. Leave her the fuck alone.
Oh, I read another story that was even crazier than hers.
No.
On the same show.
No.
But that rape situation.
Yeah,
listen,
no.
If a female says, "Hey, I went to jail for rape," I'm gonna look at her like.
Bitch, you ugly.
Can I see what he look like?
She said, I raped my boyfriend.
Hey. Slide in the DMs.
So this is really, I giggle, but this is really interesting because that is a double standard, right? Because there are women who will rape. Like, there are women who rape men. There are women who rape in marriage. Like, the same way that men can rape
crazy.
their wives in marriage or
this is like the marriage room.
Females can rape men.
Yes.
It's equal opportunity.
Oh, my Lord.
No, it's not.
Do you understand?
You preaching like you sound like you had an experience that you want to talk about.
Yes, I do.
Me too.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please go ahead. She's going to ding you. I'm going to leave
after this.
Poquito, what?
Oh
yeah.
No, that's a no.
Taking this away from you.
That's a no. That is an absolute no. Any kind of rape. Absolute no.
But again, going back to
I know that you guys twist that and think there's something sexy about it, but it's not that kind of like let's play in the bedroom.
You know it's rape when you sleeping and you get head, right?
Yes, it is.
I love it.
It is.
I love it. Hey, why you up every morning with that shit?
Every morning, rape me. Just
but
like
you want, if you're okay with it, it's consensual.
It ain't consensual.
Not when you're asleep. You're right. And it is. And there are lots of cases where women
like that.
are being.
Said that shit with the straightest face.
I think this is. I can't get this serious right now.
What about when it comes to, like, again, like going back to understanding the how can I put, like, the actions that led up to, not even that led up to, just the whole story itself. Like, if someone tells you, like, hey, you know, I was convicted for rape, but without really understanding, but here's the thing, without really understanding the story, like, again, the movie that I brought up before when we were first talking about it, Daddy's Little Girl, you know, your boy Idris. You know, if Idris was telling you, going back to Idris.
Please don't tell me he was the one that was like, because it'll just ruin it for me, and I will never look at him.
Watch the movie, but at the same time, like, the individual's convicted for it, but it was, when you look at it, it was false allegations. Like, she told him, or, you know, when the dad busted in the door and he asked her, hey, did he rape you or whatever, and she said yes, but they had consensual sex, like.
See, I believe there's someone for everyone. For me, I don't think I could get past the uncertainty of the story. Because at that point, it becomes a he said,
that's
she
the thing,
said.
though. Like, say you meet this individual and you're getting all the right signals and everything's going good. Like, this person could actually be that one. But then they tell you, like, hey, look, like, this has been on my mind. I need to tell you this. This happened in the past. And he gets it out. He says, you know, I was convicted of rape. And you just walk out. You know,
I don't think I would just walk out. But, God, that's such a serious and heavy topic for me that I don't know that I could look at you the same.
And it's understandable.
But I think emotionally
but
it would change things for me.
I think if you, because I mean, there's that thing about, you know, going back to, like, the chemistry that you have with a person. Like, if you have that true chemistry, then, you know, you're gonna want to kind of hear him out and be like, all right, yeah,
I would hear him out.
I heard what you were convicted of.
And then you will
so what happened now?
Yeah,
you know?
I would definitely hear him out. I'm not going to be rude and whatever. I would hear him out and all of that. But I know me, right? And remember, we always talk about you have to know your injuries and you have to know where you sit and where you stand and what you want out of a relationship. And that, for me, is such a delicate subject that I don't think I could get past the doubt of whether or not he was telling me the truth. And so if I stayed in the relationship, that would linger in the back of my mind. And I don't want to go into a relationship with someone who thinks I am 100% in when I'm 99.
Well, the court transcript say otherwise.
I think everybody 99% in.
You got to go in 70%.
When I got married, I was 100% in.
If you ever had a fantasy, you were 99%.
No, it's not like that.
If you ever watch porn, you're 99%.
No, it's not like that. No, it's not like that. What is 100% in for me is fidelity, you know, having fidelity, loyalty, and wanting to prosper the relationship, right? So when I got married in the beginning, that was the intention.
So Raina been all on us tonight. What's up, girl?
Yeah, Raina.
Shut up.
You're gonna get slapped.
Oh, I'm a laugh when he just deck you in the face, man. It's gonna be so funny.
My man just pulled up. Hey, bro, watch out.
That do look like it's Carter.
Wait,
No.
what?
So she says he was she said, goodness, I got a good story that I experienced on this topic. He was just turned 18 and his girlfriend was 16. They were in high school together and he got her pregnant. The parents pressed charges and he got in trouble for statutory rape and had to be registered as a sexual offender. See, like stuff like that.
From rape to sexual offender.
How's that different? You just said rape is rape.
But he wasn't.
The parents pressed charges and he got in trouble for statutory rape and had to be registered as a sexual offender.
I see.
So here's the thing, like when this is a good example when stuff like this
that's
happens.
Where you hear out the guy. You said what you hear
but
out of
but
it.
what were you saying earlier? Like in the back of your head, it's.
But I was thinking, he was convicted of adult rape, like rape, the way that.
You just said it in your room.
So here's
because if he's 17,
because that happens a lot in our area as far as military. Like guys will get the oh no you raped her, you sexually assaulted her without understanding the actual story.
Well, and so here's the thing, right? If that relationship was happening before he turned 18, is that the story?
Probably. Yeah.
Because if he's 18 and he's messing around with a 16-year-old. It is what it is. She is underage, right? She's developmentally, cognitively.
He was just turned 18.
Yeah,
just turned 18, and his girlfriend was 16.
But he wasn't.
And they were in high school. Come on, kids are having sex at 12.
No,
in some states,
the age of consent is 16. I just want to point that out. The age of consent is 16 in some states.
Most states.
I don't know more, but
I know Florida it is.
Either way, though, like. I think
it's really easy to make judgment when we're sitting in this room and obviously not in the situation at the moment. So we're kind of making assumptions. Yeah, right. Based on, but so it's easy to make that.
Here's the thing that sucks about this example though is that got her pregnant. I'm wondering like did she end up having a baby, and then if they did have the baby, then baby's got to like grow up knowing that my dad
is a sexual offender.
Sexual offender because he was with my mom.
It sounded like that story was that they were already a couple because he said.
Yeah,
just
it was her parents lashing out because she got pregnant.
So I don't think I don't consider that rape. It was consensual underage sexual acts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he happened to turn 18 in the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the parents' behavior is more telling than the kids.
But is it gonna stick with him though?
Yeah, it would.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
hell yeah.
It would.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Everywhere he goes, he has to. Have you ever been convicted of anything?
If he's a registered offender, yes, it will go everywhere with him.
Can't be by school.
So that's like
you can't even take your kids to like back to school night.
Can't go to the park.
You can't go nowhere, man.
Yeah, she said she was gonna date him, but she took a hard pass after. She felt like she dodged a bullet after that he dated like 4 other women and now has 6 kids with 5 different women and
okay
he had turned 18. Yes, so obviously the fact that he was labeled as a sex offender didn't stop other women. So I'm a sex offender. Don't matter. Here are my legs.
Yeah, you can be a sex offender for like very minor things. Like parents can be very petty. Like if a guy is like in his own yard, like it's a fenced off yard. And he's peeing in his backyard. It's his backyard. But let somebody's kid be jumping over the fence or whatever, and they see that guy in his yard. He's exposed. If the parent says anything to the police, he's a sexual offender. So like,
well, I mean that would have to go through a process. But if he's found,
but why is he pissing in his backyard?
He
got a house with a toilet.
It could be in the morning.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be the morning. He just got.
He can pass on the grass. Like, I'm waking up.
Whatever.
If I ask you guys to flip it, I suspect you will all be super excited. So let's not do that because the double standard in this room is pretty tight.
Not true.
No?
Not true.
All right. So would you date somebody who had a record for sexual offense?
I'd like to get as much information about said offense beforehand.
I'll pull the court
transcript. That's kind of the that goes along with what.
That's kind of like dating someone from the hood. When you live up in Pleasantville. You know what I'm saying?
C-town.
Like
it's not even about just take rape out of the equation. If they've been to prison, they've you know, anything of this sort. Like,
We do it for
do you
anything.
not want to know?
Background
Yeah,
check.
Because, like,
Of
shit, like,
course.
okay, yeah, I spent, you know, 6 months in prison because I spray painted on a wall. Okay.
Yeah, of
fucking
course.
W.
I am like the most social person, you know, out there. I love talking to people. I just met you, and
I do background checks.
it's just
See, here's the
you
thing
learn
though.
about people,
Those
but
background checks aren't accurate.
Sometimes
go through
I think
the-
sometimes people
You get shit still.
misread that kind of like, let's have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a mature adult, and I'd like to think most other people are. When it comes to just this might just be me, but like if there's something I have a question about, I'm not afraid to ask the question. And if you want to lie to me or you want to twist how,
Right.
that's all you. But okay. You went to prison, or you know you got in trouble for rape. What are the details? You know,
Put it out on the table.
Yeah, like, tell me
I
your
think
story,
what would
yeah.
definitely determine whether or not I could date a person like that is not, because again, like, background checks don't give you everything. Police reports don't always tell the truth. So my thing is okay, cool. Like, I'm getting to know you. Let me find out who the people are that are surrounded by you. You know, what do they say about you? Like, what do they know about? What do your family know about you? You know, and the crazy thing is like to tell the truth. Like, even after all that, you still may not know the full truth about the person that you're with, because there's just certain things. I mean, going back to the whatever the crazy woman's lady, you know, I'm pretty sure her parents were kind of like, I mean, when we watched the video, you saw how the daughter was, and in surprise, she's like, no, like, that's not my mom. And if it's me, you know, talking to Exania for the first time, and you know, I'm asking her daughter, like, you know, tell me about your mom, she's probably gonna like leave that whole thought out, like, yeah, you know, she chopped up a dude, you know, and everything.
So that leads me to a question: How long do you decide to stay in a relationship where you suspect that your partner may not be healthy for you in the relationship?
How do you know that?
After my 90-day period.
About 3 years and 4 months.
3.
Wow, that's
3
an
years.
exact time.
Oh my gosh.
Like, at what point do you decide, okay, for as much as I love this person, I need to not be with them because their way of being or whatever.
I wish Alondra was here. I wish Habichuela was here, because she would definitely expound on that. I think it's all about, you know, kind of toughing through the battle of the mind and the heart, because a lot of people will, like, there's individuals in my family that, you know, they've had several relationships, and not to point certain individuals out, but it's like some people, no, I'm talking about like my blood family, you know, back home, when you're hooked on someone like a drug, you know, it's really hard to come off of.
That's the word that they'll use too. It's like, I'm addicted.
They're addicted when they know it's toxic.
I mean,
when they know it's toxic, you know.
Organically,
so it's kind of hard to give a guess on, you know, when enough is enough for an individual. Like, for me, I don't know. It depends on that person. If I'm so drawn into that person, I mean, that's when it starts to take a toll on not just yourself, like, mentally and spiritually, but, you know, emotionally and so on and so forth. And one of the biggest things is, like, spiritually, like, if you're that connected to that person, you know, through everything that they're going through, it's really hard to really let that person go, you know, to just be like, you know what, yeah, we're done, we can't do this. But for me, I don't know. It depends on who the type of person is.
Like, at what point do you decide, okay, I need to, for my own wealth of health, right? For my own well-being.
I think for me, when it does start to take a toll on me, like, health wise, you know, emotionally, like, if I'm straight up just a whole 180 from my normal self, that's when but that's the thing, like, sometimes I may not catch that.
Right. That's
it may be you telling me, like, hey, look, you're not you. Like, I was with a female like that, and you know, my mom being the type of person that she is, like, you know, she's one of those I discern spirits type, you know, she's really good with that. And she sat me down, was just like, look, like, your eyes are darker, your mood is darker, just all of you is not right. And verbatim, it's because of that bitch. I was like,
my mom wanted.
All right, like, you know, like, she sat and prayed with me about it and everything. So, like, you know, when it takes a toll on a person like that, like, sometimes it takes another person having to introduce it to you, like, look, you are not you. You are fucked up right now, and it's because of the person that you're with. So you need to ditch that. Like,
what a bell at?
I forgot what the question was.
The question was, at what point you're in a relationship and the person you're with is toxic. I mean, significantly, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the whole realm. Toxic at what point, but you love this person, so at what point do you decide to get out of the relationship?
Once you disrespect me. If I feel disrespected, you gone. I'm a straight up person. There's a lot of fish in the fucking sea. And if you gotta go, you gotta go. And you disrespect me, I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm just gonna cut it loose.
$5 billion.
There's also
go get it.
Trash in the sea too.
Oh, true.
Raina's saying when you're no longer happy, someone that loves you shouldn't make you feel unhappy or question your relationship. Speak with them, seek help, and see if they're unwilling to fix it and move on. You don't need negativity. This goes for friendships and relationships. Raina, you just need to come in like next week, homie. Like,
I think when
she would next week, go girl.
We would love to have you.
Yes, I don't know who she is, but
yes.
Sit down. But down.
Don't worry.
I believe in that too.
I will keep you away from him.
I believe in that too. Successful people have successful friends, and successful people always have successful people that are always going to be around them. Like if that's like hanging like that. What is that saying? You hang with a dog, you're gonna catch fleas or some shit like that. And I think that's how it is. If you don't have the right people around you, then your whole swag is different. You become just like your friend. At the end of the day, it's like this. So
Birds
if you
and feathers flock together.
Flock together.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
dime con quién andas y diré quién eres. Y te diré quién eres.
So if you ever notice that if you're with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, they mimic you.
Mm-hmm.
They mimic you.
That is the greatest sign of a compliment, by the way. If they mirror you in a relationship,
everyone.
So that's what people do too. So if I hang with
does wearing your husband's clothes count?
So if I hang around with a lazy guy and I want to be productive, and all my boy wants to do is like, yo, let's play some Call of Duty, let's play some fucking
let's
2K,
go smoke,
let's go smoke some bud. That's all you're gonna want to do too, because people want to be near people. People always want that relationship, no matter if it's a friendship, relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend. If they not healthy for you, they gotta let them go, because they're gonna find somebody else that's just for them, and that's just not for you.
And I think,
I don't give a fuck how pretty you is.
Like, I don't put the responsibility of my happiness on my partner, because that's my job. But you contribute to that, right? Whether or not you're contributing to that is a big makes me think about whether or not I want you in my life. But also there are people who, if you are a successful or genuinely happy person, you will attract everything, right? You will attract those people who are like, wow, right? I want to rise up with you. But then you will attract those who want that, but don't work to achieve it, or the envy is there, or the feelings of less than are there, and so they try to overcompensate. And
we call those the short goals.
Yes,
people.
Yes.
They get to whatever success that they need, and they drop it.
And or they sabotage the next person, right? Just so that they can try. Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot
of those.
Right.
Plenty.
And so to be able to filter that out is also really important. It can take time, but man, in the house.
Yes.
Thank you, Raina. That was a great comment.
For real. Yeah, Raina, for real, you need to come in here.
Sit next to me.
And
stop.
Please.
And beat this nigga up next to me.
We're gonna have to get back.
Raina, you and your husband need to come in here. There we go.
I don't want to.
I don't think King Matt cares about that.
So kind of tying everything up, one of my biggest things is, and this is our last topic, the definition of a man and woman from the opposite's eye, like, and I mean in particular too, not in particular, but scenario wise, like one thing that always hits me is, I was talking to Kid in the Hood about this earlier, but when children are involved, right, the relationship doesn't work out, the divorce is becoming finalized, so on and so forth, and the wife wants to, pretty much say like, okay, yeah, you can't, I don't want you raising our son because you don't know how to be a man, type deal. That shit like that really, really like if that was ever done to me, you know, if you're lashing out on me for that, you know, first of all, you're not gonna tell me I can't be a man to my son. That's first and foremost. Second of all, last time I checked, you don't have an appendage between your legs. You are not a man. So how the fuck are you gonna like?
That's a whole level.
I understand. You know.
I say there's more than one question here.
So my thing is this: like, who gets to essentially say like, or why is it why
be a man or not?
Listen, people watch too much TV. People watch too much fucking movies, and they say, "Hey, you need to be like that man right there."
Oh my God.
And that's the emulation of people and the way they think.
That's
how
I would say like I guess the question is like why is it that happens, you know, in a lot of cases is when and I'm saying in particular, you know, because I don't hear a lot of men too much to say like, oh well, you know, you're not being a woman enough, like, you know. We don't really say that too much. I'm not saying we don't say it. I don't think we say it too much.
I think that's about I don't think it's about the, you know, the person. I don't think. So for instance, let me backtrack. So if you and I are having a conversation, and I'm heated, and I'm like, you need to step up. You're not being a man right now. That is not about. I know it sounds like I'm questioning your manhood, but it has nothing to do with me. It's about my own anger and my own frustration, and where I think your weakness may lie in your ego. So I attack that. And what better way to attack a man's ego than to question his manhood?
So why the fuck y'all do that?
Because we know it gets to you. I mean, let's just be honest,
but,
right?
And,
I mean, it's not.
So
it's not the right.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like, it's one thing. It's one thing when we're.
You're right.
It's one thing if it's you know we're in a relationship. No, there's no kids involved, and you attack my manhood. Like, you know what? I can eventually get over that.
No,
you know
but as a father, yeah.
Like,
no.
I'll be like, fuck you.
And it's the same thing.
Not gonna happen. But when kids are involved,
so
and you're telling me,
men do it to women, right? So like what? You know, oh, you're not being a good mom right now, or you're not a good mom, or whatever.
Yeah, acting ladylike.
You know, or right, you're not. That's okay.
I was about to say ladylike and woman are. I think being ladylike and being a woman and being a mother
demeaned as their categorized gender, right? Like I know
mother
know
is a
I
role
as a woman. So if you use that against me, it wouldn't hit me because that is not a weak point for me. I would laugh if you were like, oh, you're not stepping up as a woman. I would laugh because I'm like, have you looked at me? No, I'm just kidding.
Get back,
like,
get it.
You know, like it is not an ego trip for me, but there
for me it wouldn't be. I would take it as strictly disrespect. Like to what Reef was saying, I would take that as disrespect and be like, well, fuck you too, bye. You know, but I would take that personal and probably try and destroy you if you're talking about kids. Like, what? You're not gonna let me father my what?
No.
But that's a different question, though.
I'll show you, man. I'm man enough to let you go. That's how I feel. I swear to you. If there's disrespect in any type of way, the ego. That's us. Mm-hmm. That's you too. Mm-hmm. The females too. Ego is that's all we have. That's what we show out to the world. You break that. You try to break that down. That's like breaking glass. You literally break down that individual because you don't know how that person is going to act. You don't know how that person is going to emotionally take that, and it might change the person because now you just told that woman or a man you're not being a man enough, you're not being a woman enough. Then that person's going to question everything they do. Now you're going to change everything about that person because now either they're going to be like, hey, I need to change, or hey, I'm going to stay the same.
Yeah. I feel bad for the woman, the next female after him.
The fallacy is that we are all ego and we're not. You know, the fallacy is that we are all ego. We're not. But the construct of society feeds on our ego so much because, you know, that makes the world turn and makes money and currency move. The feeding of our ego.
I think that's a lot of the U.S.'s fault.
Right, but, and you've got social media and somebody else is telling you how you should be and what you should have. And so we identify our ego with all those things so that a person who is very egocentric or who has a very delicate ego, something like that would definitely hit them. And I'm not saying, you know, I'm not judging wrong or right. It is what it is. That's like saying, for someone who can can surpass that kind of accusation, and because they're much more grounded in who they are as a person, stuff like that doesn't get to them very much. But it is really hard to practice that.
You have a good, how do you say, you have, like I said, you're a rare person. Because the way you talk and the way you present, like, your side is, I've never seen that shit before. Like, if somebody call...
It's refreshing.
It's
refreshing as shit.
Yeah, for real. It is. Now, that's like saying, what's the difference between if you called me out, right, and you said, you a fucking bitch.
In front of everybody.
In front of everybody, right?
I'm like, hold the fuck on.
Right? Yeah.
Hold up.
But who's reacting right there?
Me.
Yeah. No. Who is that part of you? What part of you is reacting right there?
My ego.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So if I said, you have a clown's nose.
I'll be joke around.
Right.
Like,
It wouldn't,
you got
it
a
wouldn't
fucking
phase
big head,
you
like,
in the
or
same
some
way.
shit like that.
Right. It wouldn't phase you in the same way because your ego does not feed off of that, but it does feed off everything else that is identifying who, quote unquote, you are. Right? Are you okay? So when I see or hear cases where like men lose their shit over name calling, I just feel like, oh, we talked about this last week. We were like, no, don't go and beat him up, even though you want to, do that, because you're letting go of your own power and your own sense of self, but that is your ego driving that. Yeah. And if you can have a good conversation with your ego and put it in its place and let you run your show.
But there's a difference though, because if a guy says, "Hey yo," if TJ calls me a bitch, I'm gonna be like, okay.
Right.
Because I can say that back.
You're not putting value to that. You're not putting value to that.
But if my girl called me a bitch in front of everybody, bruh, we got problems.
I said.
But why?
In front of everybody.
I said.
Why does that become a problem?
Because it's breaking me down. Because everything I
think a lot of it is to understand. No, I think what it is when relationships start, automatically you're gonna know what buttons to push.
Yeah.
So when a guy does it to another guy, like say I didn't know Reef at all, if I didn't know him at all, and you just nigga, you a bitch. Okay, that's cute. Whatever. You don't know me,
Right.
Or even if he does know, like, you a bitch, like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. My wife called me that. It's like,
right, because when you're vulnerable to her, she knows you really well.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, and that's what it is. It's like you have that feeling, you have that chemistry, that energy coming towards you, and it's like, I know you, but I don't know you well enough. I don't know you, so it don't really matter. Wait, I know you. So you saying this like you trying to hurt me? What the fuck?
You coming at
but
me?
still, you know what, guys?
Trying to cut me deep.
This is just my opinion. It's still my job to work through that injury, right? Because I know my where my ego sits, and I know where my injuries are, and I know how I get hurt really easy, and then I get hurt, and I'm like, why did I allow that to happen? I know when I experience embarrassment.
I need to go out with you more.
I just saw this on Marriage Boot Camp.
She
just saw this on Marriage Boot Camp.
What the hell is that? But anyway, so I still experience that ego injury, but my practice is to let that injury last less and less and less, so that if I have a moment where I feel embarrassed and I get flushed and all of that, and I almost to the point where I want to cry, if I can shorten that reaction and then check myself and be like, all right, it was nice. Okay, let's package that, move on. That is a much healthier way for me to function. And
shout out to Karen. She says, the more you know someone, the easier it is to hurt that person. Absolutely.
But you know what? But I would want you to know me. I would want you to know me, right? Even though I know that you can use that in a moment of anger, you can use whatever you want at any moment. It's my job and how I'm gonna take it. But I will let you know, hey, you're pushing in a thorn that is still really open for me.
What's wild is that sometimes it's not even words. Sometimes it's because for me a lot of times it's never really words. It could just be the tone.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you say. It's just because for me, like, okay, like all of us, when we got fussed at by our parents, you know, it's not necessarily what they're saying. It's how they're saying. Like when my dad used to yell at me, like it was like
whooping your ass.
Damn, like I went from like like on the cartoons, like fuck. So like when it comes to me and another person and getting into it, like that's kind of been my retort sometimes. Is like my ego will be like, well, because I got this from my father, I know I can get this fucking loud on you and make you feel this fucking big. It doesn't even matter what the fuck I say. So it's like, if you want to go, we can go. Let it be like just an exchange of words. Like, yeah, you're boring right now. Like, whatever. Like, I don't really care what you're saying. But if you say it in a certain tone, it's like, oh, you want to get cut? Okay, nigga. Like, that's where this is going.
I think though that if I'm in a relationship, like if I'm in a marriage and my partner uses my injuries to attack me continuously, then you have no respect for me. You have no investment in me, and that's the end of that relationship.
Yeah. That's going back to what Rick was saying. If
the disrespect.
That's how the disrespect happens, is knowing that
no disrespect.
When you know that hey, if I know that if I push this button, this is what's gonna happen. If you're purposely doing it and you're holding that motherfucking button down,
zero.
Yeah, I ain't got no room for you. I ain't got no room for you.
Don't touch. And just, you know what? I got time today.
And there's only so many I'm sorries I'm gonna allow you.
Nah, fuck that.
There's zero.
Like, one sorry and then out the door.
No, because,
it's real talk.
Because we need to give time for me to tell you, hey, like, let's say you hit an injury that you don't know. And I tell you, like, don't do that. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. And, you know, we had an argument over it. Now you know. You use that shit again, we're going to have an issue. Like, the relationship is
I felt that just the way she was. Use that shit again. I'm going to cut your ass.
And it's really easy to say that again when I'm not in a relationship. There's so many other elements in the relationship that you have to work through. And depending on the level of commitment and desire to work through those differences, you know, you just don't break off a relationship just because. But
what time is it?
Amen.
Anyway.
Oh, we good on time.
Oh yeah,
we real good on time.
What about the knowing about the person cheating? Did we talk about that?
We haven't really got on that one.
There's a lot of stories we haven't touched on. So I'm happy we didn't touch.
Well, I don't know where the debate.
I wanna get some laughter up again real quick.
Sorry, did I like bring it?
No. Like it's good juices flowing. But
how about this real quick? I want y'all to listen to this. This is my boy right here.
Are you bringing them on?
Yeah. No. I'm just gonna play a video real quick.
This is what I don't understand. People always use the holidays as an excuse to start talking to you again. Like, for example, you was dating a girl, everything was great, then you guys broke up, you move on, you forget about her, you live in a great life like Thanos after he found all the universe. Christmas time comes around, you're chilling, watching a Christmas movie, and you get a text from your ex talking about, hey, haven't talked to you in a long time, but I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope everything's okay. What? Oh, fuck God, man. Just hit me up, because you may suck in my candy cane, making my jingle bells, and drinking my egg that I get probably bust my nutcracker in your face, and you think you could just sneak back into my life and steal my Christmas presents like the Grinch? My holiday cheer?
Hey, but the Grinch...
I hope Santa puts reindeer shit in your stocking. Doesn't make any sense.
Yo, he said, "Suck in my candy cane."
My man,
my nutcracker.
Shout out to my man, yo.
Send that to me. Oh my God.
His name is Kush Poppy, yo. That nigga funny as fuck.
Hey, but that's real, dude. That's like
true.
That happened to me like 12 hours ago.
That's so real.
That's funny as fuck.
Suck in my candy cane. Nutcracker all over.
Oh hell.
No. So okay, that was a good way to laugh. But touching on another subject, this is a situation that happened to a friend of mine not too long ago.
Damn.
Crazy.
So here's what happened.
He got closer to
my. Shall remain nameless.
No, I know who it is.
He that shall remain nameless. The only one that knows, the only individuals that know are the individuals in this room that know who it is.
Yeah.
So I hope he don't. I hope he don't reveal himself through this conversation.
Right.
So, yeah, I saw that. Damn.
Yeah, you saw that too?
So here's what happened. It's going because you haven't heard this. I know it's gonna make you laugh. So we go out. We hit up Asia.
Okay.
Oh, me and my friend. We hit up Asia. We hit up Asia, right? And we're in VIP. I saw Reef, my man. Me and him kicking it. We all having a good time. We taking drinks back. We're damn.
He's like all up in the mic.
Jeez. No bell for you. So we get to a point. I see him dancing with a birthday girl that was there. Right?
Oh, birthday.
Now, obviously we all know you in the club.
Looking at me, kid in the hood?
Was they right?
No, I'm not pointing.
Okay.
I'm going like this with this hand gestures.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's dancing with birthday girl, right? And they were close. Like he was
close.
Birthday dances. It was
Jeremiah.
happening.
Yeah.
They was type shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Type shit.
R. Kelly type
Listen.
shit?
We'll get there in a minute. Wait for the end of it. So we're gonna fast track a little bit. So she's drunk. He's tipsy.
Oh.
They slobbing each other down and everything. Videos were made and shit. Stuff was going on. The birthday girl, her homegirl came up to me and was like, "Hey, her homegirl I knew. Her homegirl I knew." So she came up to me and was like, "Hey, can we crash at your crib?" And I didn't hear her the first time because obviously, this is what she was saying the next day. I heard said, "Can I crash at your crib?" The second time, I was like, "Yeah, you good." I didn't know that birthday girl was coming with us, right?
Whoa!
So she grabs birthday girl and she's like, "Hey, look, let's go ahead and head out." And I see birthday girl is still on my friend, so I'm like, "Oh, I guess something's gonna happen tonight. Whatever, we'll find out." So we get to the elevator. She's like to the point of she cannot walk. So there's another dude, some random motherfucker came and helped us out. I was kind of thankful. Some random dude came and helped.
No, we were there.
No, you said I.
Yeah, I was with him. We don't know the guy. Okay, we don't know that guy.
Anyway, finish the story.
So the random guy, he comes help out. He's carrying birthday girl. We had to pull the dress down because you could see stuff. So we were in an elevator. He gets her into my homeboy's car. And she kind of falls out of the car on the first attempt.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, like to that point, she was drunk, really drunk. She was trying to force herself to throw up. I was like, "Oh Lord Jesus, help her!" So, we look in the back seat. There was some pajama pants there, and the homie's car. So we grabbed the pajama pants, put the pajama pants on her. Got her fixed in the seat, and bam, they take off to my crib. He's got the keys to the crib. I'm like, "Yo, I'll meet you there as soon as I can." So I go back up to grab the other homegirl who originally was asking me like, "Hey, can we come over?" So I'm telling her like, "Yo, look, we ready to go. Let's beast out. Let's get home." We get home. She's passed out. Birthday girl is passed out in the guest bedroom, right? And notice I said guest bedroom. She wasn't in my bed, so this is a guest bedroom. This is an important part, okay? Homegirl gets in the bed with her, so I'm thinking like, "Hey, cool, it's gonna be girl cuddling, whatever. Homie gonna get to chill on the couch." But birthday girl wakes up and then sees the homie shirtless and was like, "I want that." She grabs for him, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, look like you got duties tonight." So I bring him back to my room real quick. I gave him like 2 condoms, like, "Hey, you're gonna need those, so good luck." So the door closes. That's the end of that night. Well, early morning. I heard noises, kind of like shrills, and I'm not gonna say who was who because I don't know. The door was closed. So we wake up, and I'm talking to homegirl. Me and her kind of just like like blah blah blah, whatever. Night was crazy. We looking back at the video of my homeboy and the birthday girl slapping each other. I was like, yo, this was fucking hilarious. Like, whatever, right? So he comes out. And he's doing this kind of like sign language thing. And, you know, when you're kind of waking up from a hangover, you're not exactly understanding, like, what are you saying? So I'm like, what? You know, I got to take a shower. I'm like, okay, well, go take a shower, man. Like, do what you do. Like, all right, cool. In the middle of that, he's like, you know, she pissed, man. I'm like, no, I don't think. Maybe she just, you know, wait for it.
You're so patient.
So he's like, you know, like, I'm wet, man. I'm like, well, you know, maybe y'all just, you know, you pulled out and, you know, she came and you came at the same time and it's just a big ass puddle. Oh, close your ears, baby. Close your ears, baby.
Oh my God.
I'm trying to not think of the worst for him, right? I'm trying not to think of the worst for him, right? So he's in the bathroom. I hear her get up, and then she's saying sorry. You know, my homegirl was in the room with her, you know, and she brings the comforter and the sheet out, and I'm like, just go ahead, put it in the washer. And, you know, I'm looking at her and I'm watching him as he comes out of the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, so
what happened?
So what happened? You know? And he's pretty much confirming that, you know, she raped him, pretty much. I guess, you know, she was a drunken one. He was not so drunk, but still he got raped, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the night, you know, there was some urine that splashed out and hit the mattress.
Splashed out.
So, you know. She peed. No. So after we you know, this is after they left. And bear in mind, she did not wash herself. She sat her ass on my couch. Well, I mean, she still had pants on and shit. It wasn't like she sat ass naked. She sat on the couch, and when everybody left, I kind of like took everything up, and I'm like, yeah, we washing every fucking thing. So, you know, we get to there, and you know, he's like, dude, like, what the fuck? We're putting the bed down. You can see. Didn't mean to do that. You could see the print. Yeah, the puddle, the stain, the evidence. It was there. It was very much there. It was very much there. I laughed my ass off. It was completely.
I've been laughing my ass off. Well.
Oh man.
High five for you, man.
I hope he's. I think he is a little scarred for life. I think he is. I think he's gonna have PTSDs. You know, as soon as he hits that bed again.
The P and PTSD stands up.
Oh man. But yeah, the stories that happened.
I guess maybe you should just not bring a girl back.
Yes.
Why you talking to me?
It was you.
You know, she can't get in the car. That's a good sign. She might lose bodily function.
The evidence.
There was no bodily function.
She left her bodily function all over the mattress.
Lose bodily function.
It was hilarious.
I got one more. Since we already talked about the breakup, I got this guy. He talks about a breakup. I want y'all to listen to this motherfucker.
That's what I don't understand. Girls leave you, and then when you move on and find a girl better looking than them, they always get jealous and want you back. Like, it don't matter how long you dating a girl. They break up with you over some stupid excuse. You move on, find a girl better looking. You're posting her, and then all of a sudden your ex starts texting you talking about, hey,
look at that phone.
I think we should get back together.
Yeah, what do you think that's about? That's a good question.
I love the way he does the kick, though. This dude ain't about to drink that Minute Maid in the back, is he?
Hey, my man, he's sponsored by Minute Maid.
I don't know.
Yeah, he gotta be sponsored by Minute Maid.
He got everything is Minute Maid.
Yeah, he got sponsored by Minute Maid.
Hey, so get. I think we should save that one.
Oh, we
that
never
has.
got to that last question from last week.
What was it?
Reina's question. Sorry,
we don't got enough
Reina.
time.
Yeah, I know.
Reintroduce it.
No, we're reintroduce it tomorrow. Next week.
Next week. We're done with like 2 minutes left of the show.
We gotta do advertisements. So.
That's okay. Hope you guys got entertained today.
Yeah.
Tonight.
It's King Takashi, the webmaster.
Puerto Rico,
Watch you take home.
Hey yo, make sure y'all pull up next weekend. It's my go away party. Black Rose.
Hey, Club Diamond, be there. Grand reopening. Your boy will be there.
This week's sponsor is brought to you by Wing King, an Okinawan favorite for years. Offers American-style cuisine for locals and foreigners alike. The family-style seating is the perfect atmosphere for individual, family, or group dining. They have bilingual staff who speak both English and Japanese.